Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Chodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to sincere Ak. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, la b'chayarim shal yasha'ala. Peace to the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahushai B'Hashem Rechakodash, Kol Halayim La Alahayanewa Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahushai B'Hashem Rechakodash. Right, which I said in the Paleo Hebrew, all praises. All right, to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ, and God. All right, and of course, Bahashemi in the name Recha, meaning Spirit, Kodash is holy, which we are speaking the language that has been turned onto us, being the Hebrew Israelites, the Lord's chosen people. All right, that pure tongue, and calling upon His name in this time, the end times. Of course, double honors, all right, Shenya Kabad, La Shalayach Yom Nawa, all right, our apostles was Aquanium, all right, elders at Great Millstone, and of course, Shalom wa Chesed, all right, two, of course, Shalom means peace, and Chesed means, of course, mercy. To the of course sincere Akim, all right, that of course risking their lives in freedom to bring out Za'amath is truth, all right, and Ya'amafpa, all right, or Shem Ya'amafpa, my name is Ambafpa, or I said I am first, but I like to say my name, or Shem is the name, Yah at the end makes it of course mine. My name is Amafpa from Great Millstone Playtables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia, PA. All right, by Babal and Babylon. All right, coming again with another lesson with the Chakodash, which this is just a lesson that backs up off of my previous lesson, which was going in about, of course, I believe it was about 23% of Americans doesn't have any savings. All right, so this one is off of Bloomsburg.com, and it reads about, in the headline, America's or Babylon's elderly are twice as likely to work new than in 1985. It says 20% of those age 65 and up, and I believe 65 in America is the the so-called deemed retirement age, which believe retirement goes on to kind of like go away, but I gotta go back into that in the etymology. Lord willing, I do, but I want to just stay on point for now. It says many can't afford to. All right, and this is a fact in which I had, of course, realized, in my youth. All right, as a young man, Na'ir, all right, which is a young man, Baha Baryath. All right, I realized this, why all of these elderly are elder, or you have Zaquan, all right, like older people, all right, they are of course still working. I see them working at these various, grocery stores and et cetera, all right, and it's because obviously our economy is shite, all right. You have it where we are barely given sufficient, obviously sufficient wages for our work. You have it, we're being cheated by, of course, being ruled by usury, which is, we're going to go into that a wee bit, and we're taxed to death, all right, Mawath. We have to pay tribute to the Edomites, the so-called white men, all right, which the elite of them are all elite are bankers, all right, banking family, all right. Well, you go into it, the heads, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and et cetera, all right. These are the ones which is regarded as the 1%, whom have control of the earth, as it said in Job 9:24, for the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. All right, he covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, who or what is he, or where is he? Slakia, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so you have it where, because of a wicked person whirling, all right, you had the people in mourning, and they have also to work, all right, past the age of 65 and et cetera, and even haven't even retired. And there's currently there at my, of course, place of employment, all right, at the Shaddai, all right, the field. There's this man, I think he about 70 years old, still pushing it, and he's of course mentioned about him retiring, and he wanted to do it this year, I believe, but then he just told me about how he's gonna wait until next year or something like that around this time. And it seems as if it's the same story over and over with these elderly people, and I feel like a lot of it is prayed and such, and they're being able to accept the music or accept the actual reality that you've been conned by the so-called white man, the Edomites, the red Edomites, which is the wicked of the earth. Okay, so I'm going to go into this wee precept or quad right now. All right, it reads here, Ecclesiastes 10:15. It says here, the labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them. All right, so all of that work, all right, it wearieth everyone, which wearieth Baha in the Hebrew is Yagai, all right, which it means to, you have it here, to be exhausted, all right, to be toilsome, all right, hard work, all right, to make toil, to cause to be weary, all right. So going back, it says here, a fool, or actually I'm gonna start at 14. Slaki, give me one moment, because I actually wanted the 14. It says, a fool also is full of words, and man cannot tell what shall be, and what shall be after him. Who can tell him? And it's really just the Most High, Yahweh Shemashai, and it's men that can tell him, all right, hey, look, by the way of your paths, you're gonna be, destroyed. Okay, if you're an Israelite, if you don't repent, all right, return, all right, or what's that, Shawab, all right, back to your power, you're gonna be destroyed. Because you trust, you have it. Most of our people, they trust in oppression, all right, under this system, which is a debt-based system, credit-based system, all right, which, you have it where, we have that creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913, and you have it where we have this fiat currency, which isn't backed by, of course, gold or silver. It's just fucking banknotes, legal tender, all right, which, is just printed out of nowhere, all right, and it being manipulated, okay. And it's just a falsehood, a farce. It says here that the labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them. All right, so it wearieth every one of the work of the foolish. All right, it of course exhausts them. All right, it says, because he knoweth not who to go to the city. All right, I'm just gonna end on that one right there. Okay, now going to the article. All right, we're gonna go back to the article, and then we're gonna bring out more precepts. All right, Rob for Quadium. All right, Rob means more or much. So it says here that just as a single income, families begin to vanish. All right, so you have it where, this whole single income families where, you had one, of course, breadwinner, all right, and of course the family, which would be the man, all right, and you have it where that's beginning to vanish, where of course right now the new You have it where you have both the man and the woman work, and then you have it. What I'm gonna bring out, which Lord willing, I may just do a separate lesson. You have it here: the failure to launch. Adult children are living off parents are destroying their retirements. So you have it where even these children, all right, whom of course to grow up and such, and go and be profitable in this society, they can't, and they're staying home. All right. They of course they go to college and such, university and all of that, and then they can't of course afford, all right, the cost of living, all right, to live out in their own, due to of course high rising, of course basically going into the cost of living of these various rent, lease, a place, all right, and of course the county of course buy a house, okay. And this is all under, of course, the Edomites who, structurally created this thing. All right. And this remind me of that book of, I'll glimpse through it, but, I want to stay on point, which this is a great precept. It goes into what we were speaking about, which I mentioned. I believe it's in Isaiah 47. All right. Isaiah 47. All right, where it says here in Isaiah 47 and Isaiah 47 and 2, it says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, and pass over the rivers. It says, let me see if I think that probably was right there. Right. See that basically. I'm gonna go into actually in another lesson, because I want to break it all down, in depth. So Slakia, but you could go into these scriptures, and it's it's referring into this, But going on, it says, just as single income families, like I said, father, men being, the chief breadwinner, now you got women, all right, leaving their chief role of being, at home, all right. Now, of course, they, of course, went and have to, of course, work and such, all right, which, this is, destroy, due to, of course, what? The money, the value of the money going down, all right, going on, it says many of Americans elderly are now foregoing retirement for the same reason. All right, let me see this word for foregoing. It means to omit or decline to take. So they're now, of course, retiring. They're just continuing to work. All right. It says for the same reason they don't have enough money. All right, they don't have much Arab kasapium. All right, silver money. All right. It says rickety social safety nets, inadequate retirement savings plan, and sky-high healthcare costs are all conspiring to make the concept of leaving the workforce something to be more feared than desired. All right? So you have it, people in fear of leaving, of course, the workforce, because they're the elderly speaking, they can't, of course, afford the healthcare costs and such, so they stay into a dead-end job, all right, which, they, of course, get it where these, you have a lot of these jobs have good healthcare, all right, plans and such, all right, they take a wee bit of your check, all right, and then you can, of course, attend to your health, your spouse, and of course, your family, all right, because when you go out, of course, when you retire, you have it within these various plans and such, you may only get it for, 5 years or such, but most of these people, they're like, yeah, I might die in that time, I better, of course, have enough, money, and they realize they didn't have that money, so they just continue to work, or they work thinking, of course, that they will have enough, but, really, in actuality, they don't, all right, they have been cheated, by these bankers and such, let me see, there's a lot of scriptures that come up in my head, all right, which, speaks about, This is gonna be the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, and I'm gonna start at verse 14, and it says here, "Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body." It says, "Health and a good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth." So that's why you have it. A lot of these people, of course, go, all right, to, all right, continue to work, all right, mainly, more extra years, past retirement, because, they need, I know they go into this whole gross income and, your most highest, it's like a formula, I have to go into it, in depth, because I'm not, of course, nowhere near, of course, a retirement age and such, but, you have it where, people, in some, just to sum it up, they're looking after, of course, their futures, and, you have it where health is above wealth, all right? A health and a good estate and body are above all gold, all right? Well, money and gold and such, all right? And a strong body is above infinite wealth. It says there is no riches above a sound body, and no joy, all right? La'ashamach, above the joy of the mind or the heart, it says here. It says death is better than life or continual sickness, all right? It's better to die than, of course, live that, in sorrow, all right? Being, of course, on a sick deathbed, mawath bed and such, all right? So anyway, going on, just going to the spirit. It says here that for the first time in 57 years, the participation rate of the labor force of retirement age workers has cracked the 20% mark, according to the new report from Money Manager United Income. It says, as of February, the ranks of people 65 and older who are working or seeking paid work doubled from the low of 10% back in 1985. The biggest spike in employment has gone to college-educated older workers. It says that, yeah, you have it where the biggest spike of employment has gone to college-educated older workers. Yeah, you have it. A lot of them, of course, got these various degrees and such. They still got to come out and work these shite jobs when you go into it for real. All right, these jobs that they want to take, little, like I said, grocery stores and all that, retail. All right. Anyway, going on, it says the share of all employees 65 and older with at least an undergraduate degree is now 53%, up 25% in 1985. You can see the numbers. It says the rise in college-educated workers has pushed the demographics inflation-adjusted income up to the average of $78,000. It says 63% higher than $48,000 other folks brought home in 1985. By comparison, American workers below the age of 65 saw the average income rise by only 38% over the same period to the average of $55,000. United Income's calculations draw the recently based data from the Census Bureau and the Bureau of Labor Statistics. All right, so you can see it. The incomes, the average income is not near rising, that much. You have, I mean, it's fucking crazy. You got a way you can work most of these jobs and such. And you're not, of course, getting, raises and such. All right. And I can tell you that myself, that I was told if you want a raise, just get on a forklift. I'll rise you up to the top, which is fucking rubbish. So anyway, we're bloody Irish. We're going to go into these scriptures some more. I just want to bring out a bit of that information. You can read the rest of the article and, get into a bit of the technicalities. Like I say, we at here, we're not money advisors, but we are the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and we had the understanding to link it with what is going on, all right, in the current world, all right, which the Bible deals with everything, prophecy, all right. We link it together. All right, this is the book of Isaiah. All right, or Yeshaya. All right, chapter 24 and 2. And it reads here, I'm going to start here at verse 1. It says, Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And the Lord is going to do this via destruction. All right, nuclear destruction, that is. All right, and like I said, you see the whole infrastructure of America being brought down. You see, these jobs, these store closings, and all of that. All right, the Lord is bringing down wages. All right, the grinding is ceasing. All right, et cetera, et cetera. Verse 2, Slaki, Isaiah or Yeshaya 24 and 2, it says, And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid. All right, maid. I believe you're dealing with I said the young one. Let me see, but let's see if that's Bothwell real quick. Let me get 1 second. All right, they got maid. They got Shapacha. All right. Slave girl. All right, so Slakia, let's go back. All right, yeah, as with the maid. All right, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so as with the seller, or so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, and as with the taker of usury, so with the usury to him. All right, so with the giver of usury to him. All right, and you're gonna have it. This whole everybody's gonna get hit. And only if you have that thawa, all right, that mark of exemption, all right, written in, of course, the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. All right, if you don't have the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that covert, you're going to be ultimately by. Of course, this place going down, you're going to be caught within it, and you ain't going to have any hedge, all right? Because you have it, the so-called white man wants to bring down this place with a financial collapse, all right? The bankers, because all of these, of course, countries, all right, are in debt to him, all right? The Federal Reserve is a private entity outside, of course, the United States. The United States is nothing but a mere corporation, all right? And you have it where, of course, the world, of course, having, of course, the dollar as the world reserve currency, you have it where they're in subjection, They're trying to find ways, of course, inventing various forms of currencies, yuans and all that, petro yuans, and, because, you have, of course, the countries have to, of course, convert their money into, to dollars in order to, do trades and such, for the most part. All right, and these countries barely have any money, so they have it. They're just in debt. All right, and America definitely isn't that thick clay. Heavy debts, heavy pledges. Anyway, it says here to lend on interest and usury, to be a creditor. All right, this is usury and this is wicked. You giving it, of course, money. All right, with this interest on top of it. So you have it where most of the people. All right, they work, they get old, all right, but they got all of this debt that's accumulated, and they can't afford to, of course, retire. All right, you got property taxes rising up, interest rates, etc., etc. I mean, this system sets you up to now, of course, escape it. All right, keep you in a pit, literally. That's what the system means. All right. So let me see. Let me go to there's other scriptures you can go on to about the usury. Let me see what I got with usury. See, nothing right here currently. But this is wicked practice and such. And the so-called white man does. All right. Let me see, usury. See what that comes up. Slack you. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep going. I could pull up another. Let's go into it real quick for usury. Yeah, usury, you have it, the lending or practice of lending money at an exorbitant interest. It says, yeah, it says exorbitant amount of our interest rate, especially of in excess of the legal rate. You know, and this, like I say, this kills. You have people in, broke because of this, interest, on everything and such. You buy it, you get, these car notes, these houses, mortgages and such. They're collecting, of course, interest off of you getting rich and such. All right, so anyway, I want to go back to the scriptures. This is going to be the book of back to the book of Isaiah, the 24th chapter and the 13th verse. All right, and it says here, start at 12. It says, in the city, all right, in the city is left, all right, destruction, all right. City in Hebrew is you have it, that's ayar, all right, Bahar Barith, ayar, city in Hebrew, okay, just so that you know, they got ba ayar, all right, city, all right. In the city is left desolation, Slakia. It says in the city is left desolation, right? The gate is smitten with destruction. It says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be a shaking of the olive tree, and as the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done. You have it where, the shaking of the olive tree, the stuff is there, all right? The harvest and such, all right? You have it where the gleaning of glean deals with to gather anything, all right? Little or slowly, right? To gather what is left by the reapers, all right? It says when the vintage is done, all right? Vintage obviously deals with, you're dealing with, of course, you go into it. I'm going to just go real quick to vintage real quick. It ain't going to say that much on here, right? The grape crop, all right? You go into your harvest, basically, you have it where the vintage is going to fail, all right? All of these various, these everything's going to fail here, especially for you women and such. All right, that's why you see primarily most of these women are the ones that work in these jobs, all right, too. They done, of course, divorced their husbands and such. They done died off. They done used up all his money, and that, of course, is going to be done as it's, it's going to fail, all right? But you depend on, all right? Provisions, all of that's going to fail, all right? Let me get that real quick. Isaiah 32. Oh, no, Isaiah, 32 and 9, I believe that what it is, all right? Wa Korah wa, all right, and it reads like it. It says here, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. All right, so you're supposed to quam, you're supposed to rise, quam, all right, rise up. All right, y'all at ease because you have all these benefits. So you have obviously these government programs that are keeping you up. You have, of course, a lot of these elderly. They got the Medicaid. They got a lot of these different government programs that can keep them up. All right, but these are all gonna come to fail. Especially you can see Trump's plan and such. All right, it says, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. All right, that gathering. All right, you have Obviously, all of what you get through these programs is the vintage. All right. It says, "Tremble ye women that are at ease, ye be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Of course, going into a time of mourning and such. All right. It says, "They shall lament for the teats." All right, like a breast, you received the nourishment, right, from it. All right, which you receiving it from these programs. It says, "For the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine." All right. And you're never going to have these things. All right. And these jobs are going to fail you too. All right. Which they are. All right. The grind is going to cease. And ultimately, you women are going to be completely arsed out. And, I must, of course, add that, here, as it says in I've been going and saying a lot in Isaiah 19, because you have it where, these men out here, they're going to get put to death and die. All right. And they're going to, of course, they're going to be brought low for their pride and such, And I've been going a lot into Isaiah 19 and such, about how in the day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. The Lord, he's bringing the structure in this place. He's bringing all your comforts to, of course, to cease. All right. So you're not going to be comfortable living because you have it where you have this financial collapse. And that's going to affect everyone. All right. This is going to be the book of Sirach, chapter 13 and 2. It says, "Burden not thyself above thy power while thou livest." Right. So you're not supposed to, of course, live above your means. All right. A lot of you, of course, do, really trying to be what? Try and be that top dog. Want to be, seen for vain reasons. Right. Right. You bought, of course, the best car just so that you can be seen as if you got a lot of kasapium money. And then you have nothing. All right. You're in debt, drowned, and you can't even pay it back. All right. So you have it like a lot of these, you see these elderly, they, of course, are downsizing as well. All right. They may have a house, the kids done went on to other things, may have died and such. All right. Then they're left with this house, old and lonely. All right. You have it about a lot of the men, of course, their women leave them, etc., etc. They made, women may died off, or, have it where the women are just widows and such. All right. Then they can't, of course, afford, these things. And then they have to what? They have to figure things out. Take up these various cleaning jobs. All right. Take these, go back to the workforce, And then they kind of course, retire. All right. And a lot of them, of course, go into these, you have it, the escorting. All right. I'm going to bring it up. They go into the escorting, being whores. All right. Zanayim. All right. Zanah being a whore. All right. Harlot. Okay. In Hebrew. Just trying to make that extra. Just to stay up. And of course, since obviously you ain't got no men also, you have it where, they're being spoiled completely, where, now, they getting, of course, into drugs, substance abuse. All right. So this whole place is going down, being destroyed. All right. Anyway, we know that the woman being a weaker vessel. It says, "Burden not thyself above thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. For who agree the kettle and the earthen pot together? For if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken." Right? And there's a clear difference between, right, a kettle, which is mainly in metal, right, and a earthen pot, which is made of clay, right? And you have it, where, Esau, Edom, all right, you have the Edomites are putting that, that place, being that metal, that hammer of the earth, all right, that's going to be brought down, all right. You have us being in a lower state, The rest of the nations, of course, they're under this damn devil. All right. Now it's making a comparison between, of course, the rich and the poor. All right. It shall be broken. You know, they of course got, they got stability to financial resources and such. All right. When you're subservient under them. All right. Which ultimately you're benefiting them. All right. And they're just sitting back. All right. So, you have it where a lot of these people, they have what fellowship. You're dealing with, of course, fellowship, right? Association, especially with people who shares one interest. But you have it where these people don't even share your own rich interest. It says, when it goes into it, it says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. You have it where the so-called white man just use you for, what? You want to, of course, work overtime for him, which, like I said, you're exchanging what? Your time, for a little bit of money, and you're just going to get overworked, all right? Toilsome, all right? Exhausted, as we mentioned, earlier with that other precept, all right, in Isaiah, okay? So you have it where, you're only being used for his benefit, his use. And then when he's done, right, as it says, right, it says, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bare and will not be sorry for thee, for it. Right. So, you have it where he's just using you for, obviously, to fill whatever, as an expendable commodity, as it says. All right. As they say, a lot of these upper, people. These people thinking that they're being good servants, all right, good employees, which means slave. You're being a slave for nothing, because these riches, all right, are going to fail, okay? Which, I'm I've been going to, going in the spirit and the new. I'm gonna go to the book of Ecclesiastes, actually, chapter 5, all right, at the latter end, all right. Yeah, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. It says, he that loveth silver, all right, kasapium or money, right, shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also as vanity. Right, so you have it, people for the, as for the love of money. When you actually love money, is the root of evil. All right, roughly paraphrasing. Right, if you love money, you're not gonna be satisfied. You always gonna be like, let me get more money. I gotta get this money. All right, you have it where people, especially being the elderly, they of course said not, of course, having this wisdom. All right, zakakama or kakama, all right, or this wisdom. All right, they don't have this prudence. All right, they're just gonna work, caught in the snare in the pit of the Edomite. Okay, and they of course push that vibration of loving money and getting money and working and working and working. All right, but no, that's not near going to make you satisfied at all. All right, it's near going to make you content. All right, satisfied. You have Shabai Bahabariath. All right, in the Hebrew, which it means to be satisfied, to be fulfilled. All right, to have an excess. All right, and then they're going to have enough. All right, simple as that. All right, so he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver. So don't work your bum to death. All right, la mawath. All right, it says he that loveth abundance will with increase. This is also vanity. You have that so-called white man who the Edomites, they of course are covetousness. All right, they want what you got and what they got and more. All right, it says when his desires is hell, as it says in scripture. It says when goods increase, they are increased, that eat of them, and what good is to the owners thereof, saving beholding of them with their eyes. It says the sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not suffer him that sleep. Him to sleep. You have it where, They don't want you. They want you to work around the clock and such. All right. Can you fill these various hours? We need you for this and that. It says, but the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. They just want you to work. All right. When we do get to sleep, it's sweet. All right. It's you get that rest. That's a blessing, or Shabbat. All right. You have to sleep. All right. That's proper balance. It's a pleasant thing. All right. You have for a sweet, you got mathawach. All right. Mathawa and aqua baha baryath. Going from the etymology mathach. All right. Which it means to be sweet or pleasing. Pleasant. Sleep. All right. Is to be pleasing. It's very sweet, especially to a laboring man, someone who works. All right, because that's his rest. Okay. Sleep, you got Shana. All right. Baha Baryath. And it just says sleep, Shana. All right. All right, now, let me see. I think I'm going to continue forth. All right. And it says here, I'm gonna start here. This is 18 verse Ecclesiastes 8:5 and 18. It says, behold, that which I have seen, it is good and calmly. All right, it's Tawab and of course your pa. All right, beautiful. All right, calmly is your pa, right? Yep. All right. Hana, Ashar. All right, or Ashar. That's happy. Ra'a, Yathya. Or Ra'a, Yathya. Anaya, Tawab. Ashar, Yapa. Right, Yapa is right here, which is beautiful. All right. Ashar, happy. All right. La, a call. Well, la, to a call. I call wall. I call a wall. Right. So a call knows to eat or devour. All right. Which you devour food. And you got wala shatha wath. I know that goes into drinks, but just going to spirit slacking. Anyway, it says, behold, that which I have seen is good and calmly for one to eat and to drink, and to enjoy the good of all his labor that he taketh under the sun all of his days of his life, which the power giveth him. For it is his portion. But you have it, that's taken away by the so-called white man. All right, he takes all of that away. All right. As we've been explaining these precepts, it says, every man also to whom the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion and rejoice in his labors, this is a gift of the power. All right. And that's basically it, what I'm going to bring up in this particular lesson. All right. As you see, elderly Americas are Babylons of elderly, or Babylons, or Babylon is a quinium. The elderly, the aged, are twice as likely to work new than in 1985. 20% of those 65 and up have retired. All right. Lastly, what I'm actually going to leave you off with is this word for retire. I'm going to go to the etymology real quick. Or kawash, all right, which is quick, baha barath in Hebrew. All right. Retired. I believe it's retreat or something. Yeah, to retreat. Yeah, to retreat. Retire. To withdraw from something. Your work. All right. Read. All right. And you have to draw. Retire. Meaning to withdraw to some place, especially for the sake of privacy or privacy. That's it. It says it recorded in 1530s. sense of to leave an occupation. Well, you have it where these people kindly leave their occupation, right, their jobs and such, because of course the so-called white man ruling with all fucking death, right? So that's bloody it. All right, hopefully you're edified. Call Allah Yim La Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakakodash. Well, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Well, Shalom wa Chesed La Achim Shal Yasha Allah. All right, of the elect. All right, B'Chayari Shalom.